Hello and welcome to a new video. SWD Blue Rats here, testing something out. So the other day while I was on my way to work after I started uploading for my channel again, I had a kind of a genius idea. I sent it to a buddy of mine and he thought it was brilliant. So I'm using Raditz as kind of a mascot for myself. I'm going by SWD Blue Raditz. Honestly, Raditz was kind of his thing. My original name he could not pronounce, so he just resorted to calling me Raditz. And from that point, I actually changed my gamer tag to match. I was going by Super Saiyan Blue Raditz. And then I left KSI, and now I'm in Sword, and so I'm Sword Blue Raditz instead. So, yeah. While I was thinking about that, I thought about the fact that if you really think about it, Raditz has a special move that would work really well. It's called Double Sunday. So, this is the first episode of Double Sunday. And what I'm planning to do is basically every Sunday I'm going to have a second video uploaded. It's going to be an episode in the Double Sunday series, obviously. And the Double Sunday series is going to be me bouncing off of another YouTuber. Or, well, not necessarily another YouTuber, but just another friend of mine. And it can be anything from me and Falcon, the guy I was telling you about, playing some kind of co-op game together, one of the Resident Evils or something. Or it could be me and my friend here that I'm with today reacting to Reddit or anything or like that. Just anything. It could be anything. It's not going to be anything particular. Mostly it's going to be co-op and Reddit, though. Reddit. It's going to be co-op and Reddit. Anyway, today's episode is going to be a bit of a double down on the double theme. Since it is considered double, I'm doing r/insane parents and r/entitled parents with my friend Small Lady. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Small Lady.
All right. So she's going to read the first post, and I'm going to listen and react to it. I think I have a post lined up myself.
Let me pull it up.
I'm going to be reading a lot of these first time as I send them to her, so...
Okay, this one is parent wants to name unborn child Lucifer.
No way that could go wrong.
So this user is asking for advice, and they say, advice please, as my NM is practically useless. I'm pregnant with my second child, and my partner and I have come up with names, and I'm super excited. I've currently got they scribbled off the name. And if we have a boy, then they will be Lucifer. If we have a girl, either Mazikeen or Eden. I'm not sure yet, but on another mom's group, I was told I'm setting these children up to be bullied. Am I wrong in thinking they won't be? I'm scared now. I don't want my kids to be bullied, but I want names that represent something to me.
Honestly, on one hand, I can't really say much. I know a lot of people who have names that are considered biblical. But Lucifer, I'm not very religious, but I can't see that one going very well. Even if it was like just after the show or something. You're definitely gonna have people bullying your kid, and I don't support that. If you're gonna bully someone, just don't bully yourself. Like, I mean, how are you gonna hurt somebody else? But it's just naming your kid Lucifer is ridiculous. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and send you one here. I just got this one myself. This is from a post titled "Just had a baby. Family lives in a different state, and our pediatrician doesn't think it's safe for them to visit with the virus. My mom's response is to throw all the gifts my family got my kid in a dumpster. She also then posted on Facebook about how I won't let her see her grandchildren. And it gives me a text stream here. I'm going to go ahead and send that to you. Oops. Didn't mean to tap that. It starts out and it says something about diapers and stuff up, and then the text from the OP says, I don't know. He said it's just because of the unknown of the virus, because you don't know until 2 weeks later. Her mother responds, well, I'm not dealing with you and Chris. I'll drive there, ask Ellen if I can drop it off with her. It's bullshit. I'm done. OP posts, we will figure something out. We just want to protect McKenna as much as possible. The virus wasn't something anyone planned on. The mother responds, well, I get tired of Chris bitching at me. If I have to find the dumpster, or if I have to, I'll find a dumpster and solve the problem. I will leave shit on your street and come back home. I am done catering to everyone. Like I said, I'll dump it. I have my problems too, but I have to deal with kids. No more. Gotta go. Hashtag. Doesn't even say anything after the hashtag, just a random hashtag. It's like they hit it by accident.
Must have.
Like, how are you gonna get mad because someone wants to protect a kid?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay, the coronavirus. She's wanting to keep her child safe. That is her right and to do so. And unfortunately, if that means you can't go see grandma or something, that is, she's trying to protect her kid. And I don't blame her. She doesn't want her kid to get sick.
All right, I've got another one. I've got a few lined up. I figured out what I'm going with here. You go ahead. It's your turn again.
Let's see. All right, this one is entitled Spare the Rod. It's from a user that has blacked out their name. Oh, wow, I can't get it. And
actually, if you look up the user, the OP did not blank out their name. OP is Celigus.
The poster is named Celigus. Okay. And they go on to post. People are like, yeah, spanking your kids is great discipline. It shows them the right from wrong. But replace the kid with an animal like a dog, and suddenly their tune becomes, violence is wrong. Who would hit a dog? Point is, y'all are just eager to inflict pain on kids.
Yeah. Spanking just, it's kind of a, I'm not entirely a fan of it myself. I've always thought corners are a good option. It worked for me anyway, mostly. That was loud. What's your opinion here?
Oh, well, I say it really depends on the situation for me, personally. I wouldn't say spank your children, like, necessarily just for every time they do a little anything wrong.
It would have to be something pretty bad, right?
Yeah, I would say it can instill fear into your children, and and it can be unhealthy. But you can't just let your children get away with everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm almost 30 at this point, and I still remember getting an old stepdad of mine who was way too eager to use the belt sometimes. Getting a B in school was enough.
Wow. Oh, that's terrible.
All right, let's move on for now. This post I'm sending you now is titled, Mom shared a Facebook post about how old people don't wear masks because COVID-19 is a hoax. Proceeded to delete all comments with dissenting opinions. Mom. Sorry, I didn't actually. The OP has the first text. Did you seriously delete sis, aunt, blank, and my comments? Mom. Absolutely. Do you care to explain why? Mom. I don't give a shit what anyone else thinks. OP. You seem to care about what those people who agree with you think. The mother again. And I'm not going to have the condescending remarks on my post. Yep, because their eyes are wide open. People are poisoning themselves with those masks. OP. I was maybe a touch condescending, but I had some excellent points backed up by historically significant data. Sis wasn't condescending at all. The mother responds with, I realize there's a time and place for them, but most... I can't actually read that word because it's... because there's the arrow on it, but I think it's insist or something like that. There is
might be info out there.
Oh yeah, most info out there is political and not actual science. We've had this discussion. OP. And how exactly are the masks poisoning people? Mother. We discussed this Saturday. People are breathing their own CO2. It makes Dad sick, dizzy. OP, I'm so beyond dealing with all this bullshit. It's 90% political and 10% real. OP. Right? OP. Blank face emoji. No, they're not. That's not how masks work. It's not a balloon. If it does constrict how fast you can inhale, but it doesn't stockpile CO2 to be re-inhaled. Mother. Why has there not been this type of reaction to the flu in the past years? The death rate for the flu was slightly higher than COVID. First off, actually there has been reactions like that. But anyway, back to the post. OP responds with, I'm not arguing science with you. That ship obviously sailed when you started believing herbs could cure cancer. My point is that masks aren't dangerous to those without pre-existing conditions, and there's no reason not to wear one.
I'm just going to say it. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I personally wear a mask regardless of whether I have to or not, like everywhere I go.
Exactly.
When I'm going into a convenience store to get a drink, I put my little bandana thing that I've been wearing at work on, and I'll walk in and I'll order that way. And it disturbs me, the fact that there are stores out there that are saying you're not allowed to wear a mask in their store.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
All right.
It's your right to wear a mask to protect yourself.
That's why I poke my head in and I say, yeah, well, I guess you're not having my business then. Bye.
Right?
But yeah, anyway.
And I just want to make a point here. COVID is real, okay, people? So, it's not a ploy by political agenda. Either.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is. Utterly very ridiculous.
All right. Back to you again.
Alright, are we still on Insane Parent?
Yeah, we've still got about 15 minutes to go before we hit the 30-minute mark on Insane Parents.
Alright, here's this one.
I've got a couple more I'd like to share too.
This one is a post by Stitches for Witches. And this one says, this one is entitled, My time my family didn't attend my community college graduation because a spider scared the blank out of me and I couldn't decide what to wear, so my mom thought it would be a good idea to text me while I was waiting to walk. So I almost cried when I was on stage. Here goes the text. Sleep this afternoon. You needed to be more quiet. All I heard was you complaining about what to and what shoes to wear. Be more considerate next time. When you want to apologize, then we can talk. And then she goes on to say, also I heard a lot of hammering and banging sounds. If you wanted us to come, you sure as blank didn't act like it. And then the OP goes to apologize and say, I'm sorry, I was trying to kill a spider. The mom goes on to say, who do you think gets blank ready to go to events like this? Think about it. Dad can barely get himself ready. You better not come home late tonight. And then she goes on to say, you owe me a better explanation than the spider story. What about all the commotion about the clothes and shoes? You need to call me tonight. You need to call me tonight. Call me tonight or else. You figure it out. I'll give you until 10 p.m. You leave me no choice. I'm placing your clothes on the front porch. You've had your chance. Wow. Just wow.
So, if I'm reading this correctly, she got mad because they wouldn't respond immediately while they were on stage walking their graduation.
Exactly.
That's fucking ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. That is.
Oh, I just demonetized myself for sure.
That is insane.
I just demonetized myself for sure with that F-bomb. Wasn't thinking that one through, but oh well. I wasn't really 100% sure I was going to monetize this anyway. If I even can yet. Some people are just ridiculous, though.
Right? I mean,
I've seen posts on here. I've seen posts on here where people threatened to kick their child out because they didn't respond while they were in the shower.
That's just ridiculous.
Or because they didn't respond while they were at work. I literally have seen a post on here where the mom sent the kid a message like, she's like, I don't care if you're at work or not. You respond to my text immediately. And it was over a question. A question about something simple and not even important.
First of all, disrespectful. And second of all, you can get in trouble for that at work.
Exactly. Alright. So I've got two possible options here. I'm going to go with this one.
Go for it. You can do both if you would like.
You see, you're cool if I go ahead and do two at once?
That's fine with me.
Alright. Well, the first one is titled, My Dad's Reaction to Me Disagreeing with Him That the Government is Hiding Flu Cases by Labeling Them as COVID. Alright. To my dad. With the name blanked out. This is OP. Mom works in a country that has less than 100 cases. Overcounting by 100,000 people is not splitting hairs. First it was, the media is sensationalizing this, and COVID is not a big deal. Then it was, oh, there's a research hospital near Wuhan, so that means the Chinese engineered a virus to reset the global economy. Dad's response, last insult, big boy. Please do not call or communicate with me. I am blocking you from all my media. When you grow up, write me a letter. Or call OBE of my attorney. Love you, son. And to be honest, that's it. But it's just kind of
Wow. What a
he
jerk.
posts in the comments here. He says, "For context, my dad called me out of the blue, saying that New York was supposedly going to have the worst flu season of all time last winter. Since it didn't, of course, it's the New York liberals misdiagnosing people. I foolishly tried to explain to him that the people may not have been going to the hospital because they can afford it, or because they can't afford it, or are afraid of coronavirus. Then the screaming over the phone starts. My dad genuinely believes that the coronavirus statistics are made up." And they explain the OBE thing. Someone says, "LOL, what's the bit about lawyers about?" Flounceptor responds, "Roughly translated from Boomer, it means I've been proven wrong and can't handle that because I never developed emotionally beyond the age of 25. Please give me space." The test bear
Wow.
responds, "I think that's being generous. Most of them act like they're 14.
He quite does sound like a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, just because he didn't get the response that he wanted. Shut it out, Nick Norman.
The next one is titled, "My dad refuses to stop having parties at our house because he thinks COVID-19 isn't serious." OP, Dad, you need to take this seriously. Having people over is irresponsible. You and blankety blank are high risk. You from smoking and existing health issues, and her from previous bacterial infections. Pneumonia. Act like an adult. I'm really disappointed. Dad, I am an adult, and I'm not a sheep. This is all bullshit at this point. The numbers, font, support, the number, what, hold on, what? Oh, it's supposed to be
Numbers
don't.
font.
It's supposed to be don't. The numbers don't support the actions.
Oh,
Sorry you're disappointed,
typo.
but we're going to have to agree to disagree on this. Agreeing to disagree on something like this is not, it's not exactly a thing. It's just not how that works. You don't, I'm not gonna say I haven't had people over since this happened. It's only been like one person though. It's not been a party. It's not been like 10 people or so, and we generally don't sit too close to one another, and all of us are we're pretty sure that all of us have been negative. I mean, Logan and Dad both tested negative when they did test. It's just having a party in an area where it's been a big issue is a bad idea. That's just common sense. All right, your turn again. We'll do one or two more for you, and then we'll move on to entitled parents because we are almost at the 30-minute mark at this point.
Alright. This one is from Shall We Stack 0000. And it says, "Ah, yes, you can treat me like a maid now that Mom is paying the bills, even though I too have a job." Well, this one is from their dad, and this starts out okay.
That's probably from the previous text line.
Oh, the OP says okay, and then the dad says, "Please come back and unload the dishwasher as soon as you get the chance. There is also a load of laundry in the dryer that needs to be fluffed up and folded. And you always start to forget. Look, I have work until 2:30, and I'll come back after I've said goodbye to my friend." Dad says, "No, before you see your friends, do you take breaks?" So he replies, "I do not have long enough break to go home when I'm at work."
I mean, that's pretty standard. Most workplaces don't give you more than a 30-minute lunch break.
Yeah.
We're lucky. I mean, we do work for Walmart, and they are good about giving 2.15s in an hour at least. But
Right?
most places don't. Like a lot of places just give you a 30-minute lunch break, and that's the only break you get throughout the entire day.
Exactly.
You don't have time to go home and do something and then go back to work. That's just, you're not going to get to eat that, and then you'll be hungry the rest of the day. And if you're like me, you get lightheaded if you don't eat.
Exactly. And that's ridiculous. Okay. How do they owe him? How does the person owe him $30 for that? And then have to come home and do laundry? Okay, I understand that people have things to do around the house and stuff, but
if they can come,
somebody while it works?
that doesn't. You're right. That doesn't actually make sense. How do they owe them for gas if they're able to drive themselves around?
Exactly. That's it. I will come back after I say goodbye to my friend. Okay.
I'm sorry, but I'd be saying goodbye to my friends first. Like,
Well, of course.
if they're saying goodbye to their friends, it's obvious their friends are probably going somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, if it was an emergency, I could understand, but that's not an emergency.
No.
That's something that can be done later. You know.
Yeah. All right. You get one more, and then we're going to r/entitled parents.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Alright. This one is from a user named Super's Wick or Super. And it's entitled, "My parents and I are in warfare right now. I also found out recently they've been tracking my phone location for God knows how long at almost 25
25 years old.
At almost 25 years old, estimate Smith, I guess.
Shaking my head.
I got fired the other day from a not so great work environment, and they could tell far before I told them. So eerie and frustrating. And the text goes on to say, Dad, how's work going? Or maybe a few minutes later, hello. And then the OP response, it's fine. And then Dad says, are you working today? And then the OP says, why? And then the Dad responds, curious. And then the OP responds, I'm blocking you. I'll block you July 17th to give the car back. You guys can sit there and track my location like little cucks until then. Have a great day.
Wow. I didn't actually see the rest of that. I've only got up until curious, but like, how are you gonna track a 25-year-old? Like, what is the purpose of this? It makes no sense.
Wow.
It's just overbearing.
Yeah.
Though I do know a person who, to this day, her mother still dictates how much she can spend of her own money. And I'm not talking like just taking bills out and all that. Like,
oh, wow.
Her mother gets her check for her and then holds her money for her and gives her maybe a few dollars here and there out of her check.
Wow.
So this post is entitled Christian Holier Than Thou EM tries to manipulate me. I give her a taste of my own or her own medicine. It's got another name. It says something about here it is, the TLDR. TLDR, Christian EM tries using God card to get me to give up my gaming collection. I then use the God card against her to justify not giving it to her. This story happened earlier this week. To preface this, ever since the COVID lockdown, my church has been meeting online via stream. This has extended to small groups which are now done through Zoom meetings. This particular week was much like the others in terms of small groups, Bible talk, cracking jokes, and discussing pop culture. However, joining us this week was my friend's aunt from out of time, the EM of our story, who, from what I heard, had a tendency to have the holier-than-thou demeanor. At one point of the chat, we got on the topic of hobbies. I took the moment to discuss my hobby of gaming, my big mistake of the story. I talked about my gaming collection of different gaming consoles, SNES, N64, GameCube, PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, Nintendo Wii, Switch, and Game Boy Color. Sounds like this person's a big Nintendo fan. And games that I've collected throughout the years, which my friends found out to be fascinating. So, on to the story. Cast, OP, me, EM, friend's aunt. Friend, or FR equals friend. So about 40 minutes into the small group, I get a phone call from my friend's phone number. I picked it up, only to be greeted by his aunt, entitled Mother. Hello, OP. Me. EM, yeah, what a surprise. EM. Well, I'm calling you from friend FR's phone number because I wanted to talk to you about something. Me. Okay, what did you want to talk about? EM. During small group, you mentioned that you have a collection of video games and video game systems. Me. Yeah, what about them? EM. Well, you see, it's just that strong Christian men like you shouldn't be wasting time playing video games. You should be dedicating your time towards getting married, starting a family, and teaching them the ways of God and the Bible. Me, dumbfounded. Wait, what? Entitled Mother. Remember, the Bible tells men to put away childish things, and video games are definitely under that category. Excuse me, Call of Duty, anyone? That's childish? Okay. Anyway, back to the story. Me, disgusted. So what are you suggesting I do with my collection then? Entitled Mother. You should donate it to a child in need. Better yet, my son loves video games, and his birthday is coming up. So you should give it to him. I'm sure he'd be grateful. Me, starting to get real angry. I'm not sure I would feel comfortable doing that. Entitled Mother. I will tell you what. I'm in town till Wednesday. I call you back tomorrow. That gives you plenty of time to pray about it. Hopefully God convicts you to man up and put away childish things. Good night now. Hangs up. I think she meant convinces, not convicts, but okay. I sat there for a good 15 minutes. I sat there for a good 15 minutes with anger stewing in mind over the audacity of this entitled mother. I wanted to call her back and curse her out until a light bulb went off in my head. At the moment, an evil Grinch grin had crept across my face. My mind had just formulated a perfect response to EM's request. The next day, I spent the day waiting for friends' aunt to call me. In the evening, my mom came. I saw my friend's number, or my moment came. I'm sorry, I don't know why I read that as my mom came. My moment came. I saw my friend's number ringing my phone, and the evil Grinch grin came back across my face. Me. Why, hello, EM. How are you today? Entitled Mother. I'm doing well. Have you thought about our conversation from yesterday? Me. Why, yes, I have. Entitled Mother. Good. What did you decide? Me. In my best jolly, holier-than-thou, Joel Osteen voice. Well, I prayed long and hard about what you said, and I spent some time reading the Bible. Entitled Mother. And? Me. Well, growing boys are very pivotal to the future of the kingdom of God. and building a relationship with Jesus is very important to their upbringing. In all honesty, video games are just going to be a distraction to him, and time spent playing them is better dedicated to learning about the Bible. Entitled Mother. But that's me. Remember, EM, the book of Proverbs tells us to start children off on the way they should go. And Ephesians tells us to bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. So unfortunately, I will have to pass on gifting your son my gaming collection. However, I will gladly send a children's study Bible and DVD collection of VeggieTales to friend, so he can send them to you. Ian, but OP, wait, it's not going to be an issue. Me, cutting her off but still in my jolly holier-than-thou voice. I'm sorry, Ian, but I have an important dinner arrangement to go to. Goodbye now. Hangs up. I turned off my phone after that to make sure that Ian couldn't call me back. Later that night, friend sent me a message on Facebook apologizing for his aunt's behavior. Apparently, she took his phone behind his back to make both calls and got really upset when he found out what Ian was asking of me. But at the end of the day, I still have my collection and my hobby. Mario Kart, anyone? Edit. Holy crap, this exploded. Thanks for all the likes and gold, everyone. For those who want to play some Mario Kart 8 with me, sometime just DM me a friend code. I might just do that. This guy sounds pretty fun. In the comments, Yeet Boy posts the definition of the Uno reverse cards. Regal Reaper responds, EM asks for games. OP, you've activated my trap card. Trap card identified as Mirror Force. I love that.
Jamie, right, this sounds like your, soulmate.
That would be Steven, thank you.
Well, this one's by a Masara Kingkin, and it's entitled, I absolutely hate babysitting sometimes. I was babysitting for a neighbor today, but I had shut my door because I have some pretty private stuff in there. Well, as I was making lunch for us, I heard snickering coming from the dining room. Went inside and saw the kid I was watching reading my diary. Now I have some dark stuff in there due to my past. And this kid violated my privacy was reading my diary. Cue a 5-minute chase around the house. Took the water off the stove to be safe, and man, kids are really fast. Got my diary back, and their mom just got back, and the conversation went something like this. Me. Hey, so, EK went into my room, took my diary. EM, so, just lock your door. Me. My door doesn't lock. I really don't like them reading my diary. There's stuff in there not for kids. EM. Well, then why are you writing it? Me. It's a private diary for me to vent. I have a troubled past, and writing about my feelings helps me calm down. EM. Well, whatever. You're just overreacting about it. It's just a diary. Hands me $15. At this point, I was so upset. I'll admit, I'm pretty sensitive. That I didn't really care that I didn't get paid properly. Didn't get paid properly. I had them leave, and I told her I wouldn't babysit for her anymore, and I closed the door. Yelling about how I'm a horrible person for not being willing to watch her kid anymore. I just went upstairs and am now writing this post. Update. So as some of you guys pointed it out, the kid still told my crush about the fact that I liked him. We talked, and he confessed that he likes me back. Smiley face. So now I have a boyfriend. Do you guys have enjoyed a positive? Alright.
You know, I had to seriously avoid being cursed there for a second, because I wanted to be cursed just for a moment, just to mess with you. I love long past. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. Yeah, I like long past due dates response here though. Never listen to horrible people who tell you you're a horrible person. Just know.
Exactly.
Masara
Second
Kinkin. I think I just butchered that name. It's supposed to be King Ken. I didn't. Just ignored her and went upstairs.
So, but the positive thing is, because, it kind of ended up happy for her because, okay, the kid thinking he was going to be funny or whatever, or she, whatever the child was, like apparently told her crush and apparently put out there the fact that they both liked each other, so that's kind of cool, but still, okay, there are boundaries, and children should learn them.
Yeah, for real.
Because private stuff is kept private for everyone. If someone wanted you to see their diary, they would show you.
Oh, good God. Okay, this one I've got to read. The title of this one. The title of this one is Grandma Karen Calls Police and CPS on Me for assaulting her grandchild. I colored her hair pink.
Oh, let's hear this.
Alright. I've been babysitting two little girls, 3 and 5, for over a year now. I know their parents since I was a child. I'm 21 now. And we get along very well. A month ago, I decided to dye my hair in a reddish-brown color. When I babysat them, they loved it. Their parents are quite okay with the little girls playing with makeup and fashion. So when I was done babysitting, I asked the mom if I could bring some fun fashion things to them to play with next time. That next time was last week. When I got there, I opened my beauty case and showed them what I got. Necklaces, costumes, hair dyes, makeup, frozen perfume. Wait, they have frozen perfume? What? And pink hair dye.
That's awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misread one of the words. It was hair ties, not hair dyes, and then it was pink hair dye. And I asked both of their parents if it was okay for me to dye their hair pink since it's their favorite color. I informed them. Sorry, that was my computer telling me I have low battery. I'm gonna have to plug that up soon. Anyway, back to the post. I informed them it's temporary hair dye designed for kids and it could be washed out immediately. So it was pretty much harmless. The parents laughed a bit with me and told me it was fine, but they specifically asked me to put them in a bath without washing their hair. I guess they wanted to see it the next morning. They said goodbye to me and told me that crazy-ass grandma would come home around midnight to pay me la-di-da-di-da. Some amazing haute couture hours later, I think I pronounced that right, the doorbell rang. It was only around 9 p.m. and the girls were still awake. I put them in their bathrobes and night diapers. I was getting ready for them, I was getting them ready for bed, and I put them in front of the TV and went to open the door. It was Grandma Karen. She was about almost 3 hours early. Without even saying hello, she entered, almost knocking me over, and while walking in the living room, she opened her purse to get a 50-euro bill. As soon as she wanted to hand me the bill, she seized the pink hair and lost her damn marbles. What in Jesus and Mary have you done to my babies? OP, don't worry. We just played fashionistas. It's okay, it can be washed out. Runs to the girls, screaming hysterically. What has she done to your beautiful golden hair? Ma'am, it's okay. Mom and Dad know about it. Shut up! Who do you even think you are to just come here and assault my babies? proceeds to scream at me for a couple more minutes. This is child abuse. I'm calling the police on you, you effing child. Oh, I'm not saying that word, but you know what the next word is. Starts with an M and ends with an R. Okay, you can stop. Okay, at this point, I start freaking out. Even though I knew I didn't do anything wrong, the thought of being interrogated made me almost shit my pants. She freaking held me hostage in the living room while continuing to scream and moaning. She even wrinkled the 50-euro bill like toilet paper and shoved it down her pocket. Curse word after curse word left her mouth. OMG, I can't believe blank. Or, sorry, it says mom. I don't know why I said blank there. It's not blanked out. My mom would even hire someone like you. You probably have a criminal record, don't you? I hope you freaking get 20 years in prison, you racist slur. They even removed that word. They censored that. I'm glad they did. You ruined my baby's life. You traumatized them. This is child abuse. The police are on their way, evil smirk. You will never find a job again. Oh, babies. Did that... what? Did that with you hurt? Did that with hurt you? I'm okay. I can't. Sorry, that grammar just bothered me a little bit. Did that with hurt
you? You sound like.
Tell me after I finish this, because she did, didn't she? Oh my God! She also cut it. I didn't. You've probably been assaulting them for months now, huh? Think about the most Karen you know, double her age and shorten her hair. That was what I had to deal with for almost an hour. Oh, and she also said that me coloring my hair like a prostitute was a bad influence for her kid in general. Oh my God. Anyway, I was able to text the parents during her rant. They arrived not too long after the police and CPS officer. You can only imagine how they reacted, LOL. But they couldn't leave until the parents arrived to make sure everything was okay. Officers left, mom and dad freaked out. They kept apologizing to me. Mind you, this was happening all in front of the girls because Grandma Karen didn't let me put them to bed. Not only did she give me the most violent verbal attack I'd ever seen, she also ruined the parents' date night. When I left to go home, I started crying, LMAO. But hey, I got paid double that night for the girls' hair looking fabulous. P.S.
Yeah.
I do that too well, don't I? Since she lied about me assaulting the girls and verbally attacked me, I can charge her for it. Police officer gave me his number to contact him if I wanted to. Should I, though? Yes, you should. I really want to put her in her place, but that would affect the parents, and I love them so much. Update, they texted me. I'm going to talk to them this week. I'll keep you guys updated. There's not been any updates recently, but I think they should definitely charge the parents, or not the parents. The parents were great in the story, the grandparents, because that's ridiculous. Those kinds of accusations can ruin a person's life. It's good that it didn't this time.
Reputation as a babysitter.
Right? That's just messed up on so many different levels.
All right, here we go. This one is from a user called r/callousheart. And it is titled, Give My Son a Backstage Pass. I, 21...
Oh my God, their name really is r/. I thought you were just reading r/ and then their name, but no, it's actually r/callousheart. I like that.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it says, bit of a backstory. I'm not sure, but the parentheses, the 21M?
21-year-old male.
Oh, 21-year-old male. Okay. Forgive me. Okay. Let's see. Work for a private company that gets hired out to work load-ins
and load-outs for gigs.
Oh, load-ins and load-outs for gigs that happen around my city and sometimes further afield. Our main client is the arena in my city. We don't work directly for any of the venues we get hired by, and we also have strict rules when it comes to the performer. performer's gig we're working at. If we should meet the performer or member of one of the bands other than a polite greeting, we're not allowed to initiate a conversation unless they do so first. A speak when you're spoken to kind of rule. This will become relevant later. There's also three groups of people who work at these gigs. The stage crew, that's us, who will be wearing a hard hat, a high-vis vest, a random shirt, cargo trousers, or cargo shirts, any colors, and steel-toed cap boots. The security guys who wear a yellow jacket with the company's name on it with black trousers and boots. And the arena staff who wear a black polo shirt or hoodie with the name of the arena sewn on, and black trousers and boots. This is also relevant later. A bit of backstory on the EM. She's a friend of my mother's, maybe in her late 40s or early 50s. She has a son who's maybe 15 or 16. I'd never really spoken to her before this point, other than a polite greeting if we bump into her at the supermarket. Her and my mother will talk for ages if this happens, and she seemed nice enough. My mother is also the humble brag type of person. She'll brag about my sister's accomplishment and my accomplishments to anyone who will give her the time of day. For example, the other day I found out I'd passed my college course and will be heading down to a different city for university later this year. As soon as I told my mother, she was straight on the phone to various friends to tell me. She's far from entitled, though. So before the lockdown restrictions put paid to any work, we were due to get a band who is fairly popular, especially with younger people, played a gig at the arena, and I got a call to work that gig. The day before the gig, my mother got a phone call from EM. I was in my room doing whatever, and my mother knocks on the door and says, "Mom, OP, it's EM. She wants to talk to you." She hands me the phone and goes back downstairs. "Hello?"
Hi, OP. Your mother tells me you work at the same arena now?
"Sort of. I work for a private company that the arena hires to set the shows up and tear them down."
Oh, cool! Will you be working the concert tomorrow?
"Yep."
Cool, Kay. Or Kay will be there attending the show with his dad. Would you be able to get him backstage afterwards? He'd love to meet the band.
Quick side note here, the arena doesn't do backstage passes, and they don't let the public backstage after gigs. Some bands will offer VIP upgrades to their tickets where you get to meet the band before the gig, and sometimes some other cool stuff as well. Not every band does these, though. They're also usually quite expensive. I got a VIP upgrade for a gig for my mother for my birthday last year, which included an exclusive sound check performance, Q&A with the band, photo opportunity, and a couple of other things that was €75 on top of the €35 ticket. We don't work directly with the band. Usually we don't even get to meet the artists we work with. Have you checked to see if the band are doing VIP upgrades?
I don't think they are. Plus, it'd probably be really expensive. The ticket price was bad enough.
Fair point. Sorry, I don't think I can help you. I don't think the arena do backstage passes and don't normally let members of the public backstage. EM, clearly annoyed by this.
Okay, can you ask around tomorrow at the load-in shift?
Nope. The arena probably won't budge unless Kay is terminally ill or in a wheelchair.
How dare you speak to me like that? Hand me back to your mother.
I go back downstairs and hand the phone to my mother. EM tells her that I was rude to her and refused to get her son backstage. My mother told me she'd deal and hung up the phone. She then told me that EM threatened to come down to the arena and give me a piece of her mind. She then told me not to worry. She knew I wouldn't be as rude to her as she was making out, and that she probably wouldn't follow through on her threat. The next evening, I arrived at the arena with a couple of my colleagues at 9:30 p.m., about half an hour before our call time. Our call time is usually half an hour before the show finishes, to give our boss time to make sure everyone who said they'd turn up has turned up, and so we can find out our role for the loadout, lighting, stage, trucks, etc. Get our color-coded high-vis, which we occasionally get to keep and wear at future gigs. And our sub-crew manager, for whichever role we've been given, can explain the game plan for the shift. The security guys also don't let us in until our boss arrives, with a list of who's working that shift. So once we were suited and booted, we head to the gate to wait for the boss, and I lit up a cigarette and scrolled through my phone. About 10 minutes before a call, out of the corner of my eye, I saw EM storming up the path at the side of the arena towards me. I put my phone in my pocket and prepared for the verbal blank storm.
You can say it, Ashley. It doesn't matter.
I'm good. EM.
OP, your mother said you'd get Kay backstage after the gig. Hand me your pass. Holding my hand out expectantly.
I don't have my pass yet. The boss hasn't turned up. Anyway, my pass is a work pass. So unless Kay wants to work tearing the showdown, it was a heck of a show to set up. So it'd be even more fun tearing it down. Sarcasm. My pass is worthless to you. I'm pretty sure he's too young to work it anyway. You have to be 18 to work for a company.
Surely you had a pass for the morning. Give me that.
That was for the morning. It's expired now.
The EM turns red at this point. One of my colleagues
Notice the commotion and heads over.
Yeah. Do you want to do the colleague or should I?
Does follow me, whatever you want to do. Go ahead.
Hey, OP, what's going on?
Before I could get a word in, EM yells in his face.
This boy said he could get my son backstage after the gig, and now he's refusing to let him in. Give me his pass. Whoa. I'm not the boss. I don't have the passes. His pass is a work pass. We're not even allowed to speak for the band, let alone ask them for favors.
EM started cussing a blue streak at my colleague, and this got the attention of a security guard. What's going on here?
He said my son could get backstage to meet the band, and now he's saying no.
The security guard glances at EM, then me, then EM, and then me again with suspicious look on his face. Is this true, sir? You know the rules in regards to this sort of thing. Me. No, I've repeatedly told her I can't get her backstage, even if I wanted to. Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Quite frankly, he's not my staff, and I don't give up if he gets from people. But his boss definitely won't appreciate anyone harassing his employees like this.
I'm not leaving until my son can go backstage.
The security guard lifts up the walkie-talkie on his jacket as if he is about to summon more security to physically remove EM. Before he could press a button, EM gave off a massive and stormed off. As she was leaving, everyone else around started bawling with laughter, and she turned around and shot us a glare that could kill. Thanos, if looks could kill. And we all unanimously gave her the middle finger. That gave those of us that were there a good laugh and a bit of a pre-work entertainment, and really boosted our morale for the entire shift. So thank you, EM. Your entitled idiocy means we went to work happy.
And everyone clapped. Go ahead, please.
TLDR. EM demands backstage passes from me for her son, despite being constantly told I couldn't get them.
Okay, that's just fucking great. This was so.
Right?
I believe there might have been some embellishment on some levels, but at the same time, I could totally see it happening. Like if this was us at work, me and you at work, and Austin, and we had a particularly rude customer and knew it wouldn't get us fired, I could see all three of us turning and just giving a big middle finger to some rude Karen or other at the same exact time. And you know good and well we would do it in unison too. It would be perfect. It would just be.
Oh my goodness. This is just too great. I mean, come on. You just expect somebody to give your son a backstage pass after they told you multiple times that this concert was not like that. And they don't let their people backstage anyway. It's a before or after thing.
Honestly, initially I might have had a hard time believing anyone could be that stupid, but that was before I met the guy that refused to accept that we were closed at almost 10 o'clock.
Oh my goodness. I remember you telling me about that. Ugh.
Or the lady that demanded repeatedly that we put a table out for her even though we don't have tables at work.
Oh wow, really?
Did
you
I
tell
not?
me about that?
Yeah, I did, because that was the day Scott looked at the lady and told her to go to Subway.
Oh, yeah. Because I remember you laughing about that. Because he flat out told her that to go to Subway.
Yeah, I thought that was just brilliant. It was beautiful. Alright, I think that's about the point we should end the video. We'll do some. I know you want to do cursed images, but we can do that next time.
That's cool.
Alright, this has been fun and all, but I think we've got to end it here. I would love to continue going, but if I do, the video is just going to be way too long. It's already over an hour long. Double the length of my normal videos. Because, double Sunday! But,
Double Sunday! Yay!
double Sunday! Anyway, with that said,
I'm a small lady. Bye!
with that said, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you stay notified to my future uploads. Okay, just a quick little update here. What I'm about to say in the next part is actually factually wrong. I will not be recording anything when this video uploads because it would be Sunday and I will be working. I was recording this on a Friday, and even then, I overran my time editing this, so I record my videos on Saturday and not Friday. And I'll be streaming some recordings soon for the rest of my videos, because, as you know, today is Friday, and the Friday Let's Play just went up. Small lady, be sure to go ahead and give that a check when you're done with this.
Sure thing.
And, yeah, other than that, SWD Blue Reddits, signing out. I'll see you next time on Double Sunday!